What is up, chess world? Alo Knight here. Today I'm going to be going over 4 more books for my chess book collection. And to start us off, we're going to be looking at Dvoretsky's Endgame Manual by Mark Dvoretsky. Alright, this book. This book has a lot of praise from a lot of strong chess players, and for good reason. This book is geared towards stronger players, geared towards professional players. That doesn't mean if you're lower rated you can't read it, but this book is a little bit difficult. Definitely leaves no stone unturned. Goes over a lot of endgame concepts that you just have to know, and every single endgame concept you can think of, and many more. Dvoretsky does an excellent job in explaining all the concepts with plenty of diagrams and example games, and he also highlights the main points of the chapter in blue ink. Let's take a look at the example. I don't know if you can tell, but this is highlighted in blue ink. So is this. So whenever something is highlighted in blue ink, that means that that is the concept in its most purest form, and that's what you need to pay attention to the most. And everything else in black ink is pertaining to the concept, but it is more examples. And you want to spend most of your time here. And the rest of this stuff is going to help you understand the main concept more. Like I said before, I do have to warn you, this book is definitely not for the faint of heart. The concepts are explained very well and aren't too difficult to understand, but this book is very heavy on the variations, to the point to where if you're not used to running through a lot of variations while studying, this book can be overwhelming and even tedious at times. But if you can power through it and work really hard, you won't be disappointed. And if you're a strong class A or an above player, it's going to be really good for you. You're not going to have too much of a hard time. And this is definitely a crucial book to your endgame knowledge. Every serious chess player should definitely consider having this book in their library. Our second book is brought to you by the guys over there at Bass for Chess. Logical Chess Move by Move, a very popular game collection book with wonderful annotated games by Ivan Chernev. If any of my books have helped my chess, it definitely has to be this book. This book is just that good. There's nothing more fruitful than reading annotated games from a really good chess instructor. This book does a really good job of diving deep on every single move and teaches you how to think even in your own games. Really develops your third eye for chess. That's what I like about this book. A lot of chess coaches, they'll say do tactics, do puzzles, do end games, but they won't teach you how to think. And this is what this book does, because it takes a bunch of Grandmaster games, breaks them apart, breaks them down so that literally anybody can understand them. And that's why I love this book so much. One of the key takeaways from this book that has helped me through my chess career is the really thorough explanations of the openings. Whenever you have an opening, knowing the plans and ideas for both sides of that opening is very crucial for you to master that opening and to really understand and be able to play that opening effectively. And there are some openings in this book that I use, but there's a lot that I don't. And if you're reading this book and you see that none of the games are of the openings that you use, that's alright. Just hearing someone or reading about explanations for other openings is going to help you dissect your own openings as well. It's going to teach you how to even create plans on the board more effectively. And this book is also great for coaches like myself. You can do an entire lecture off of one of these games, and you can use this book as a template to make annotated games on your own and use them for your lectures as well. Our next book is one of many of a large series of books by Everyman Chess, a very popular chess book publisher. I happen to have quite a few of their books myself. This is going to be the Lopez Move by Move by Neil McDonald. I personally used this book in tournament preparation a while back and had great success because of it. Mine happens to be signed by Maurice Ashley himself. Very cool. This book teaches you the ins and outs of the Lopez and its many variations. And like I highlighted the importance of earlier, it covers the ideas for both sides. So let's take a look at the chapters list. So it talks about white playing d2 to d3, and it talks about white playing d2 to d4, because those are separate plans. And it talks about when black plays c5 in different positions, and all these other lines that you need to know. And this game also has a lot of annotated example games, just like the Logical Chess Move by Move book. One of the main things I like about this book is in the middle of the game, it'll give you exercises, it'll ask you questions about the position. It'll give you the assessment questions, and that's really going to help you really deepen your knowledge of the opening, and that's what you really want. I always tell my students and my friends that you want to know the ideas and the plans of an opening before you memorize all the moves, because if you're playing in the opening and your opponent deviates, which will happen a lot, if you know the plans, you're gonna be fine. But if you just only know the moves, you're gonna be like, oh man, I don't know what to do, I don't know the plans, so I'm just lost, I'm confused. One thing I like about this book is the index of the variations in the back. So this is extremely helpful if you're trying to find just one specific variation that you're having trouble with, or that you just want to take a look at. Very, very helpful. And like I said, this is part of a large series of books by Everyman Chess. They have a lot of different opening books in their library, so go ahead and check them out. All their opening books are very strong options. Our last book is a book that was personally recommended to me by a local national master, along with Logical Chess Move by Move. 1001 Winning Chess Sacrifices and Combinations is a strong option if you're looking for a tactics book. This book was written a long time ago, and due to the inflation, the 21st century edition, instead of having 1001 puzzles, it actually has 1002 puzzles. There isn't much special to this book. All 1002 tactics are sectioned off into 20 chapters, with each chapter being based off of a specific tactical motif. I love the structure of this book. After running through this book, you'll feel like a tactician. This book is an excellent foundation for your tactics, and after learning these 20 separate motifs, you'll start discovering your own motifs in the wild and growing your tactical senses. Whenever you want to be good at tactics, you have to create somewhat of like a file cabinet. That way, whenever you see tactics of the same nature, you'll be able to understand them just like that. That's why it's important to have a tactical book like this, to be able to drill you with a bunch of tactics of a specific tactical motif. That's really going to help you out a lot. Well, that's it for this collection video. I'll be sure to put links to buy these books down below, and if it's on Chessable, I will make sure to put the link for that in the description down below as well. If you like what you saw, please leave a like, please subscribe, go ahead and leave comments, ask questions, and recommend me books down below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have a good one.